Welcome to Donut Donny's Retro channel. Today we are looking at another retro classic. Hello everyone, Donut Donny here. Welcome to another episode of the Retro Football Management Game series where we are looking at games from the early 80s right up to the early 90s and in some cases beyond. And now we've got another game from Cult Games who seem to in the late 80s or early 90s do so many football games. It's hard to picture how many they actually did, but as you can see, if we're going through this series, we were doing so many of them coming from Cult Games. And today we are looking at Two-Player Soccer Squad, a budget game because it was $2.99, and in $2.99 in 1991 was to me a budget game. Two people created it, Jay Parnell and Sean McClure. Now we have to admire all these people, no matter how good the games are, or in some cases they're not so good, how creative they were in programming games. They must be applauded. I would not be patient enough to spend so much time trying to type in a game and see if it works or not. Um, I'll be completely hopeless at it. So, so I do admire them doing this. So this is Two Player Soccer Squad 1991 ZX Spectrum and also on the Amstrad and Commodore. In most cases, I suppose when the Spectrum in the late 90s was bought by Amstrad, there was always going to be an Amstrad version as well because they were the parent company. But I might be wrong there. Anyway, so this game, here's the screens, here's the inlay. We will go straight to it, but we will look at a review first. Crash Magazine did a review of this game, and it wasn't very good. Um, Basically, the reviewer here said there was 33 features promised in this game, but it's only when you can find all these features and examine the inlay more closely that you notice the message, Cult cannot guarantee that all features are all the versions. So this was, I think, the big selling point of this game was that two people can play it at the same time. We have looked at multiplayer Soccer Manager a lot earlier on in the series, which I think was a much better game compared to this one. And you can see here that the overall score was 17%, which was terrible. Just by a fluke here, Striker Manager, who we reviewed a long time ago, actually got only 25%. So this looks like this guy. Did he review both games? I wonder if he did. Didn't really have a good. It was Will. That's it. Yeah, Will reviewed both games. There's his name there. So it looks like he didn't have a good day reviewing both these games because he just didn't enjoy it. An option enables you to use match speed, seeing there's no action involved. Oh dear. I thought maximum speed 10 would get it over quickly. Wrong. Even at top speed, match dragged on and on. So looks like this game goes very slowly. So luckily we could use the speed bit on the Spectrum Eliminator to make it go a little bit faster. But let's go straight to it. So I'm going to load it up. So we're on the 48K version at the moment. And Two-Player Soccer Squad, there we go. So stop tape, of course we don't use a tape recorder. Load old game, no, because we're going to start from fresh. And you would have seen, sorry for that beep, you would have seen the screenshot very, very quickly, and this is normal speed. So we didn't even get the chance to see the screenshot of the title screen, I suppose you call it. 3 points for a win then. So team editor, this is good. You can edit any of these teams. So you can see here you've got a mixture of Scottish, English, no Welsh teams again. Poor Welsh teams, I keep being missed out on here. So I'm going to change all that. I'm going to put in, sorry Southampton, a Welsh team. So Cardiff. Cardiff are in there. Edit another one. There's a lot of English teams in this, so I'm going to take out sorry fans of Aston Villa. So Swansea. No, let's put Wrexham in because by the time of this recording, Wrexham have just got promoted to League One. So in their honour, we're going to put Wrexham in, and also I'm going to put in a Northern Irish side to make it very British. So who should we take out? Sorry, West Ham. Now, I don't know many Irish sides, so I think that's how you spell Limerick. There you go, Limerick are in it. So we finish. So team selection then. So let's choose two Welsh sides. Let's make it a little bit different. As you notice, I didn't put Oxford in here. I don't always put Oxford, even though Oxford are my club. So player one. So you can have different levels for players. That's interesting. But to be fair, I put them both on level one, I think. There we go. And then, of course, we have to enter speed of match. Let's put speed 10. Do you wish to be player manager? Yes, that's interesting. So let's put Donut in. Just got to remember this is the player two. Well, might as well think of a name. Donny, I suppose, as I am Donut Donny. Let's put Donut as one player and Donny the other player. Wonder where they're going to put them. Now, start tape. Obviously, we don't need to start the tape. I did try this game a few minutes ago, so I'm going to speed this up. There we go. It's back to normal speed. So here we go. Both managers get the same menu. So they get next player. So we move on to the next player, obviously. Play match, squad, league tables, other clubs. Then some options there for the cup. So there's a cup in here. Form tables. That's unusual. We don't see many games with form tables. Fixture list, injuries and ages. Interesting, putting injuries and ages together. Sign scout. So let's put injuries and ages. I'm just wondering what that one is. So let's see how. Yeah, the keyboard is quite responsive, so that's good. So this is Wrexham players. Obviously we put Wrexham in, but these are all Aston Villa names. So they haven't changed that. Oh, Donny's in as a 31-year-old. So we have to bear in mind York is 0 age. He's not even weird. So Cardiff name, but Villa player. So I suppose what you would do is if you do squad details, and here it is Cardiff are Southampton players, well, Wrexham are Aston Villa players. So I suppose if I had longer time, what I would do is I would change the team name, then change all the players' names. So it's going to be a little bit odd that Cardiff have got Southampton players, but look, you've got Alan Shearer at number 10 there. This is, of course, he was at Southampton before he moved over to Newcastle. So you can menu, edit, change, sell, or free. So you can free transfer a player if you want to. So various skills of 0 to, I don't know what the maximum of this is, maybe 20. So Donut is in. He is player manager. So I suppose as player manager, he could go in any way he wants to. So where could we strengthen? I think he's going to replace Rideout. So change number 20 and put number 9 in. It's good use of colour in this game, which is always good. And it's quite responsive, it's quite quick. So there go, Donuts in the side. Of course, we've got to change that 10. That 10's in. So Sheridinik, don't know how you pronounce that, and put Benal out. So, yep. So you got, I suppose there's another change I need to change. Madison and put Osman in. So they're going to be playing 3-4-3, looks like it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So I can change, sell. I'm going to sell player because there's no room. So I'm going to sell one of the two defenders, Davis. He's on next week's market. Okay, cool. I think I would sell Cockrell as well because he's 36 years old. So he'll probably sell him before he retires to number 8. Okay. So far, so good. So click menu. So you got squad details, which you just looked at. Other clubs is you can go, for instance, if you go other clubs, and then we won't look at our sides. Let's look at Liverpool. 39,000. So that's probably a true gate. All real player names as well. So that's good to see. and you can even edit your opposing team player names, which is good. So there's a lot of edits in this. So I'm already finding 17% a little bit cruel. Um, but I think it's the reason why he's got 17% because there's no match action, which we'll see in a minute. Anyway, let's play next player, and look at the Wrexham side, who are Aston Villa names. But again, you can go in and change all the player names if you had time. So here's the Wrexham side, and you can already see the Wrexham side are not as good as the Cardiff side. So we will change. Player manager Donny definitely needs to come into the side because they're quite weak, and I think he's going to be a defender actually because he's going to replace Price up there. And we're going to, as we do with Cardiff, we're going to sell some players. So sell, there's quite a few we can sell. Sell York. I don't know why York's in there as 0 age. So York's going. Continue. Screen. This is normal speed, by the way. Screen's loading up pretty decent. Notable players from the Aston Villa side here, even though it's Wrexham. McGrath is the Irish international. Platt, number 8. That's David Platt, of course. Fresh from Italia 90, where he scored that amazing goal to in just a minute before extra time ended to knock Belgium out of the World Cup, and England went and then played Cameroon. Oh yes, I'm that old I can remember all this. We're going to sell also, I think, one of the two midfielders this time, and that's going to be Callahan, number 14. I'm just going to see what happens next week's market, see if we get any bids, because I don't think both clubs have got that amount of money. So menu, yeah, oh, 850,000 each, I think, actually. So we will look at the other options, but we're going to play match, and this is where the game gets let down, I'm afraid. We'll do the please wait screen, and we'll wait as long as we can until basically it goes on for too long. So we'll just wait and see. Yep, it's taking its time. I'm not. Oh, there we go. It heard me. So Wrexham are playing Limerick, Chelsea, and Cardiff, but this is it. This is the match. So this is 10 as well. So I've got a bad feeling that 10 was actually the slowest speed because we haven't even ticked 5 minutes yet. And there we go, 10 minutes. It is very slow. Uh, so it looks like all the teams have got real life player names, which is great. So that's a plus point. The minus points already is the game. You don't see the game at all. You just see this. Oh, Wrexham have scored, by the way. 1-0 against Limerick. Um, you just see this in the game. So you'll see goals going in and who are all the goal scorers. It's great seeing all the goal scorers, but you don't see any of your match. And this goes for both players. So both players will have to watch the screen and look at the goals going in. Oh, Le Tissier scored for Cardiff. Le Tissier scoring for Cardiff. Um, so both our sides are winning at the moment 1-0. Um, this is very slow as well, which is going to be another point loss. I wouldn't rate this 17% though. I think the reviewer maybe back in those days was a little bit cruel. Remember, this was a budget game. I would rate it 30-40% because you can have two people. There you go, halftime screens. You can have two people clearly playing this game. They can't really do that much. They can sell players, they can move players around. Um, but there was quite a few options. There's certainly not 33 options. There's a lot less than that. So, okay. Uh, that's probably why the reviewer wasn't happy about that either. I can clearly see that. I would not rate this down at 17% though. I would give it a little bit more than that. I'll give it 30-40% as I said before. The font is easy to read. The game for me is quite responsive. Oh, even penalties there. And yeah, it's good to see. Hold on. Russia scored for Liverpool, but the goal has not come up. Oh, there you go. It has come up. It does take its time. There is good use of colour. The font is easy to read. The game is quite responsive to me on here. So that's another decision I do about these games, if they're quite responsive when I play them on my PC. Um, it's fully editable, if that's a word, which means you can clearly go to all the team names and change them, and then change all the player names. But yeah, word of warning, if you are changing the team name, you better go and change all the player names, because it will be responding to the team before, hence what I'm finding out right now. You can see in my two games, it's full of action and not many goals going in. Um, yes, it's good to see all the other goals going in with all the real player names, because these are all real players at the time in 1991 where they were playing. So, and that is a plus point. But this is own goal, Wrexham, Bray for Wrexham, own goal. Of course, we changed the Limerick side, so I don't know who Limerick replaced, so we have to check that in a minute. When the game ticked, this is meant to be the fastest speed, by the way. Oh, it was own goal for them, so it's Limerick and Cardiff, but Cardiff scored Leicestershire again. Oh, and Limerick have just scored again, so Wrexham are now losing 2-1. Well, Cardiff are beating Chelsea 2-0. It's good to see all these real names for the goal scorers, but it's just a shame you don't actually see your own game. And this is for both players. Oh, there you go, a little bit of sound. We got a little bit of sound in the game, which is always to me a plus point, but very little sound though. So the game is calculating the league table. So we will see the league table, and we'll go through another game, but I don't think there is, to be fair, after that, there's that much more to see. I want to see what the transfer market does. It's taken a while. I'm going to speed this up again. There we go. And we get a standard weekly news for Cardiff and Wrexham. Wrexham made money, Cardiff lost money. You can see Cardiff's wage bill is slightly higher than Wrexham's, and Wrexham's gate receipts was actually more than Cardiff's. So it's good. You can't knock a budget game for two people to play this game at the same time. So again, I think the 17% is slightly unfair. Again, I'll give it 30 to 40%. For coming transfers, let's have a look. Now, will these include the players that we are selling at both our clubs? Yes, there you go. There's Limericks. Oh no, there's none of our players on that one actually. This week's transfers: Cardiff, Wrexham. Number of players to bid for, 0 to skip the rest. 0, I think. Offers for Davis. So okay, so it goes to each player on the list. So Davis is having talks with Arsenal. Okay, this is good little, and he got sold for 363,000. That's a nice little screen there. Offers for Cockrell. This is the 36-year-old. Didn't get any offers though because of his age. Yeah, no offers. That's a shame. So he will still be listed though. Offers for York. Now York wasn't aged. He was 17, wasn't it? So looks like he's having talks with Tottenham, and he's sold for 134,000. He might improve, but we won't go that far. And this is for Callum, who was at Wrexham. Well, he's really a Villa player. So it looks like he's going to have talks with Rangers. He is. And he got sold. So we got some money there. And he goes. So Cardiff have got 1.2 million in the bank. So let's look at league table. Now, if I remember correctly, the league table takes a while to load up. So we're going to go 6 times as fast. So this is 6 times as fast. And yes, the game in places is very slow. And Cardiff the leaders, Wrexham down in 14th. So we'll turn the speed back to normal. So we got squad details, obviously, is what we've seen. So the transfer market is just when these players go up for transfer, then you bid for them or you don't bid for them. Sign scout. Now we haven't looked at that yet. Sign scout. Let's let him go to. Let's get him go to Liverpool, for instance, number 10. So we just have to look at one player. Let's look at Dalglish then. That's a shame. I would have preferred just looking at the squad. Form tables. Okay, there's only been one game at the moment. Okay, so again, the computer has to calculate all this. So we're going 6 times the speed. So form table, home and away, which is, you don't see many computer games at all, football games, so that's quite unusual seeing that. Injuries and ages, again, you have to, oops, because I'm on fast speed at the moment. So it tells you the goal scorers and everything like that. Cool. So we will go to one more game, I think. Okay, next player. Oh, so it's not letting us. There's a reason. Oh, okay. I think one team hasn't got 12 players, if I'm right. But I don't think it's Cardiff. I think Cardiff are fine. Menu. So it must be Wrexham then. Squad details. Wrexham are not too bad either. So we have to check to see why the game's not letting us proceed. Let's change that. Let's change number 20 to 14. That won't do it. I'm on fast speed, by the way, so that's probably why it looks a bit. Is it letting us do it? No, it's still not letting us do it. So is it Cardiff? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, you got 11. It's an injury. So I don't see Cardiff as the problem either, which is weird. Let's go back to Wrexham. It's not making it very clear here why we can't proceed. Because to me, I can see 11 players there for Wrexham. And for Cardiff, I can see 11 players there and no one injured. So why can't... Oh, I know why. I pressed next player, not play match. But anyway, we're on... My fault. Yeah, we're on 6 times faster. Just to skim through this quite quickly. Wrexham are now 1-0 up. Oh, yeah. Oh, after 20 minutes, they're 2-1 down. That's gone quick. So this is 6 times the speed, hence why it's a lot faster than the last game, which was normal speed, and that went for a good minute or two. So I want to speed this up a bit. So Wrexham are still 2-1 down. Cardiff are winning 1-0. Cardiff were top of the table, remember. And that's it. I think Cardiff will... Yeah, Wrexham are not doing very well. So just let the game think. Here we go, the wage bill again. This is 6 times the speed. Wrexham are making money, but they're bottom of the table. Well, Cardiff finally made some money. So Chelsea, Arsenal, Adams, Tony Adams, wow, for sale. Continue. Got to be careful here. Oh, here's the cup draw. And okay, the cup draw is very strange. It's the 16 sides are split into 4 groups of 4. Cardiff in Group 1, Wrexham in Group 3. So let's look at the cup fixtures. Which group? 1. And then week 32 semi-finals, week 37 final. I suppose I'm guessing each group then, the first 2 then qualify in semi-finals or something. But we're not going to go to week 32 because that could take a long time. So shall we play? Let's look at squad details for Cardiff. There they are. So yeah, you see one of their defenders is injured, so you have to change. I have to be careful here because I'm on fast speed. There you go. That's very easy to do. You can edit each player names, as I said before. You can even free transfer them if you want to, sell them and change them. So go to the next player. That's very simple going between both players. So that must be applauded. Yeah, you can see Wrexham's side are a little bit weaker. So we play one more game, and then I think that'll be it. So overall, I think 17% review in that Crash magazine was a little bit cruel. I think it deserves 30-40%. It's no way a classic. It's not. But you have to remember this is a budget game. And for a budget game, it's okay. It's good that you can have two people playing it at the same time and enjoying it, hopefully. Um, and all the team names and players who play for that team are realistic as well, which is great. Just bear in mind when you need to change player names, that team names you have to then probably change the player names as well. It would not make much sense. Well, look at that. Wrexham are beating Chelsea. Well, Leeds are beating Cardiff in a real good match, 3-2. So that's Cardiff's first defeat and Wrexham's first win. We will look at the league table before we say goodbye. So Cardiff made 22,000 there, and Wrexham made money for the third week running. Forthcoming transfers: Houghton and Irwin. This week's transfers: let's just pretend. Let's try bid for a player. Oh, okay. So this is 2 weeks ago. We found out this about these players. Bid for Batty. Now we don't know how much these players are really worth, so let's put 420,000. Well, the other team are not going to bid. Oh, enter choice. So both players have to bid, but he's just going to put £1 in. Batty will remain with Leeds United, so they didn't agree with the figure. I think it was skip. Offers for Robertson. So even if you're not bidding, you have to still watch the bids being made. This is a good, unique little system, but you got no real looking at the players how much they're worth. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this review then. So this is Two Player Soccer Squad. It's a great game for two players, obviously, but there's not much into it. Good use of font, good use of colour. The match screen, not very good. I can see why it got voted down for that. Again, I would probably rate it 30-40%. So yeah, that's it. So let me know if you've played this game before. If so, can you remember playing this game, or are you playing it right now even? You can. Um, and let me know what you think. Again, if you're new, welcome. We've still got at least another 25 football videos to look at, and then after that, I think we're moving over to other sports and other classic games of the spectrum. But anyway, this is Donut Donny saying goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye. What are your thoughts about this game? Please let me know in the comments. Many thanks for watching this video. Greatly appreciated. If you like this channel, please send me a like or subscribe.